Are you missing important emails because your inbox is overflowing and you have zero organizational system for it? Well, today we're going to talk about decluttering your inbox and making it feel a lot less overwhelming. Hello, if we haven't met before, my name is Michele and I'm a certified online business manager, and I kindly kick digital CEOs out of the back office so they can focus on more sales, more revenue, and my very favorite, more impact. So, is your inbox completely overflowing, flooded, and you feel overwhelmed anytime you go into your inbox? Well, we're going to talk about how you can actually clear out that feeling of being overwhelmed anytime you open up your inbox and get everything out and cleaned up and not overflowing. So if your heart just starts to pitter patter from that anxiety when you open up your inbox, because if you have to look for anything, you have zero idea where to go, or even if you have it, or how you're going to find it, or if you're getting everything done. So I'm going to talk specifically today about Gmail because that's the application that I use for myself, as well as all of the other online businesses in which I support. So let's go through and talk about how we can clean it all up. Okay, so the first step that we're going to tackle in our decluttering is those unread messages that you have. So what I want you to do is, up in the search bar, go ahead and put in colon and type in unread, and that's going to bring up all your unread messages. Now, what we're interested in looking at is any unread message that is more than 30 days old. So we're going to take a look at all of those unread messages that are 30 days old. Now, a couple options for you, whatever you feel the most comfortable doing. You can either just go ahead and delete them all, you can archive them all, or you can do a third option, which is actually create a folder or a label that says to sort. And what you're going to do is just take all of those unread messages and move them in that to sort email file. And then, should you have time to actually go through and read those, you can. Then you have a safe place in which they're sitting there and you can go through and sort it. It's whatever you feel the most comfortable with. If you find something that you need to respond to, not a big deal. Just thank them for their patience and let them know you're maybe a little embarrassed it's taking you so long to respond, and then answer the question that you need to in that email. So not a big deal. Whatever you choose. So you have three options. You can either just delete it and have it be gone. You can click all of them and archive it. It will always be in your email. Or my very favorite, and the thing that I do when I'm going through inboxes that have tens of thousands of emails, is I actually just will move it all into that sort file so that they can look at it at any time that they want to. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to look at is all those emails that are from now to 30 days, because we've gotten rid of anything that's older than 30 days. So now we just want to focus on those newer emails that we have in our inbox and figure out what needs to happen with them. So one of the things that you can do if you wanted to is go back into the sort in the filter and type in unsubscribe, and that's going to bring up any email that has the word unsubscribe in it. Now, some of them may be all marketing emails and some of them may not be all marketing emails, but it's whatever comes up, because you're going to take a look at them. And you know how you can check box all of those emails in there that you would want to keep? So I would go ahead and check mark them. If you do not want to have any marketing emails, delete them and get rid of them. For me personally, I like to look through people's sales funnels, so I sign up for a ton of marketing emails, but I also unsubscribe to them because I don't want to have somebody have a junked up list because I subscribe to something and then never actually reading any of those emails, because that affects their stats too. So it's just because I know the different marketing things that I like to treat people how I want to be treated, type of thing. So whatever. Anyways, so just go ahead and pick what you're going to do. If you know you're going to want to unsubscribe to them at some point and you want to unsubscribe, then put them in a folder that says unsubscribe. And then when you have time and you just need to have that activity because you're tired or unable to focus, just go through and unsubscribe to a few emails at a time. So not a big deal. And then you always have that folder there that you know that you need to put them in. For me, I like have a marketing swipe file, which is where I will put things that I really like. It's actually called marketing inspiration, so that when I'm looking or searching for some sort of inspiration in my marketing, I can actually go into that file and then just review some of the things that I've received, whether it be copy or their design or whatever it would be, because then that always sparks up a little bit of creativity and inspiration, so I know how I actually want to go in and do a marketing email. And if you're not wanting to do any of that, then you also have another option of signing up for a program called unenroll.me, which it will put all of those marketing emails in there. Actually, it filters all of your emails, and then you can just do a bulk unsubscribe to all of them, or a sort or put it into your inbox, however you would want to do that. Okay, so do you have like meetings or travel or something that has a specific date to it? Anything that falls into that bucket, I always will put into a waiting room folder. So then I know that these things in here, once that date hits, it can be deleted and removed, and I'll never need to look at that email again. So that's one of the things you can do for those. So as you're going through anything that has a date in the future that's coming, put it in that waiting room folder, and it just sits right there, so that you know when that date comes, because you already have it in your calendar, because we put things on our calendar that we need to attend, right? So we don't forget about it. Then that information will all be sitting in your waiting room underneath that specific thing. And then another waiting for folder that I have is exactly that, waiting for. Like, you're waiting for somebody to get back to you. You're waiting for somebody to respond. You're waiting for somebody else. So any of those emails where I can't do it, I know I'm going to need to do an action on it, but before I can do that action, I'm waiting for somebody to get back to me. Another great way that you can handle these is with Boomerang. It's an app that you can put onto your Google, and you can set up specific dates. So if somebody hasn't responded to me by some date in the future, then I want this to pop back into my inbox again if they haven't responded. So it's super easy, and it's a great way to be able to just have those emails come back into your inbox, so that you're not having to go look for them in a folder. So it's completely up to you how you want to handle it. For me personally, I put things in a folder because I want to be able to see what's in there, exactly what's in there, and I just know in my mind the ones or the time frame in which I need to follow up with them, because I actually will put a task inside of my Notion or my ClickUp, whichever place it needs to be for my project management. And the last thing that you want to do is just create a general inbox workflow that works for you. So when you go through and you're in your inbox, what are the things that you find yourself like thinking about or wanting? Because there might be something different that you have or want in your folders. I have a few folders or labeling, but I don't have a ton of them. I do have one for all my clients. I do keep it for like educational courses that I'm taking that are actually one. Okay, let me start that over again. I keep a folder for the educational courses that I'm like actively taking right now this time, and then I archive it or get rid of it depending on if I want to keep the information that's in there. And I do also create a lot of filters. So when things will come in, I'll automatically label it with that. I don't necessarily want to I like everything to come in my inbox. Everybody works different. Some people like things to come into their folders, and you can have that as well. But I like things to come into my inbox so I can see what I actually have, and then I can create that action so that I know that I need to do it, or I can go ahead and pull it out and put it into that specific folder. Because the thing when you're going through your inbox and you're looking at those emails, you need to make that decision right there. If it's something that you can do right now in under 2 minutes, then go ahead and do that action right now. If you know it's going to take more than 2 minutes, go ahead and assign yourself a task or a to-do so that you know that you're going to come back and do that. Your inbox should not be your to-do list. It's just a tool for you to be able to help run your business. So you want to make sure that you're not living in there as your to-do list. So you sort through all your messages, you decide whether or not you need to do it, if it needs to be delegated to somebody else to be able to do it, And if it's you, it needs to get assigned. If it needs to be delegated, it needs to get assigned to them. So it's whether you forward it or you put it in a project management system or you have an OBM on your team and you forward it to them so that it gets assigned to your team. You need to make sure that you're either delegating, and I should probably look up to see who actually has the system in place, but it's you delegate it, you delete it, or you do it. And those are the things that you need to focus on when you're going through your email. Is it for you to do? Is it for somebody else to do? Do you need to keep it for a later time? So that is part of your workflow as well. So what is your workflow that you need to have so that you can make sure that you're clearing out your inbox and not leaving things in there? Because nothing is more overwhelming to me personally, and maybe it's only me. Maybe you're fine with it. Maybe you can come in and see that you have thousands of unread messages in your inbox and it doesn't bother you at all. But for me, seeing that number in there, it completely overwhelms me and I need to get it out. So I like to have it cleared out. Does my inbox stay at 0? Nope, but I've reached it once a day, so that's all that matters. And I know exactly where everything is that I need to do and get done in a day. Thank you so much for listening. I always appreciate a thumbs up if you found this content valuable, and go ahead and subscribe if you would like to be notified of when I have new videos out.